Welcome to Canada Immigration Matters. In this video, I will tell you everything you need to know about New Brunswick Skilled Worker with Employer Support Stream, who's eligible to apply, and what you must do to apply. Are you interested in immigrating to Canada? Do you have a high school education, work experience, or language proficiency? If so, you may be interested in the New Brunswick Skilled Worker with Employer Support Stream for workers and professionals. If you have been unable to apply under the Federal Express Entry System or are languishing in the Express Entry Pool with no sign of an invitation to apply for permanent residence, this is your chance. First, you need to know that the New Brunswick Skilled Worker with Employer Support Stream and the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot are two distinct immigration programs under the New Brunswick Provincial Nominee Program, NBPNP. The Skilled Worker with Employer Support Stream is intended to support New Brunswick employers in filling job vacancies with skilled foreign workers who have the necessary qualifications and work experience. In contrast, the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot aims to address labor shortages in specific sectors of the New Brunswick economy by attracting and retaining foreign workers with specific skills and experience. The eligibility requirements for these two programs differ as well. The Skilled Worker with Employer Support Stream requires candidates to have the necessary language proficiency, education, and work experience in the relevant field to perform the job. Now, let's take a look at what the program is. New Brunswick Skilled Worker with Employer Support Stream is a part of the New Brunswick Provincial Nominee Program, NBPNP. This stream is designed to help employers in New Brunswick fill job vacancies by hiring skilled foreign workers who have the necessary education, skills, and work experience to meet the province's labor market needs. Candidates who are successfully nominated through the New Brunswick Skilled Worker applicants with Employer Support Stream will be automatically forwarded to IRCC to be evaluated for Canadian permanent residence. If you want to immigrate to Canada and you have a job offer from an employer in New Brunswick, the New Brunswick Skilled Worker with Employer Support Stream of the New Brunswick Provincial Nominee Program might be the perfect Canadian immigration option for you. Now, let's go through the eligibility requirements for the New Brunswick Skilled Worker with Employer Support Stream. Express Entry Profile. You do not need to create an Express Entry profile to be eligible for this program. Age. Applicants must be between 19 and 55 years old on the day their application is received by NBPNP. Connection to Province of New Brunswick. Connection to the province is not required. Job offer. To be eligible for the New Brunswick Skilled Worker applicants with Employer Support Stream, candidates must have a valid job offer from an eligible New Brunswick employer. The offer of employment must be for work at National Occupational Classification, NOC, Skill Level 0, A, or B. If the offer of employment is at NOC Skill Level C or D, it must be classified as NOC Skill Type 1, 3, 7, 8, or 9 to be considered valid. For greater emphasis, applicants must show that they are permanent full-time employees of a New Brunswick company and expected to regularly work the standard number of hours fixed by the employer for employees in the occupational group in which they are employed, and also that their job will not have a predetermined end date. Language proficiency. All candidates must demonstrate at a minimum basic language proficiency in English or French consistent with Canadian Language Benchmark, CLB, Level 4. Applicants must provide valid results from a language test, i.e. LTS General, CELPIP General, and/or TEF, from a test taken within the last 2 years. Applicants must achieve a minimum standard of Canadian Language Benchmark, CLB, for across all 4 categories: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Minimum level of education. Candidates must provide evidence that they have, at a minimum, been awarded the equivalent of a Canadian high school diploma for education completed after junior/middle school and before college, university, and other formal training. Applicants must also have any additional education, qualifications, or licenses required to perform the duties of the job they have been offered in New Brunswick. Work experience. Candidates must have sufficient work experience to perform the duties of the job they have been offered in New Brunswick. Investment requirement. There is no requirement for investment in the province of New Brunswick. Applicants must indicate that they will live and work in New Brunswick. Points assessment grid. Candidates must score at least 60 points out of 100 on the New Brunswick Skilled Worker Applicant Points Assessment Grid selection factors. Application process. Step 1. Get a valid offer of employment from a New Brunswick employer. In order to be eligible for this stream, you must have accepted an offer of full-time, permanent employment from a New Brunswick employer who is willing to support you through the NBPNP process. Step 2. Submit your candidate profile online. Once you're ready to apply, you must create and submit your candidate profile. This is done online using the Immigration New Brunswick online portal. Step 3. Receive your invitation to apply and submit your application. As long as you meet the stream requirements, you will receive an invitation to apply, which enables you to submit your application for provincial nomination. After receiving your invitation to apply, you have 45 days to submit your complete application via the New Brunswick online portal. Step 4. Receive your provincial nomination and apply for PR. If your application is approved, you will receive an official provincial nomination. Receiving this nomination enables you to submit a federal application for Canadian permanent resident status. Please note that this stream is not aligned with the Federal Express Entry System, meaning that you must submit a paper-based PR application. Who is not eligible to apply for the NBPNP Skilled Worker stream? Candidates should not apply for the Skilled Worker with Employer Support stream if they have an application in process under another immigration program in Canada, are not lawfully residing in their country of residence at the time an application is received at the NBPNP office, proof of lawful residence is required, have an unresolved humanitarian and compassionate claim in Canada. Are failed humanitarian and compassionate claimants living in Canada, have an unresolved refugee claim in Canada. Are failed refugee claimants living in Canada, are under a removal order in Canada, are prohibited from entering Canada, are engaged in full-time post-secondary education, are living caregivers, or are seasonal workers. Overall, the Skilled Worker with Employer Support stream is one option for foreign workers who wish to immigrate to New Brunswick and work in a skilled occupation with the support of a New Brunswick employer. You need a language proficiency test, a high school education, and relevant work experience. Now you may ask, what is my first step to take advantage of this incredible opportunity? The first thing you need to do is to pass the language test, reformat your resume and cover letter to the Canadian standard, and start applying for jobs in New Brunswick. In the next video, we will give you tips on how to apply for Canadian jobs. Canadian immigration can be cumbersome and challenging. If you need assistance in any aspect of Canadian immigration matters, feel free to contact Chugo Immigration Services for consultation. You will find details in the video description area. That's all we have for you in this video. I hope you found it helpful. Remember to support us by subscribing to our channel. Thank you for watching through to the end.